What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father. At Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks for support. But this video, though, is entitled Be Your Brother's Keeper. BGS inspired this by his hangout today. A bunch of brothers got on a panel, was talking to a brother. He was sharing his story, and they were giving him feedback, you know. And the brother took it in, and he understood their talking points and where they were coming from. And it was a great thing to see. It was a great thing to listen to. I couldn't really see it. I was working, but I was listening. And one of the things we got to take into consideration in the manosphere is that you got to be our brother's keepers. And what I mean by that is, maybe you might not be able to help all people financially, but if somebody tells you their story, you know, you can let them know that, you know, you may have a similar story and how you got through. If they're at a space that you've been and you came out of, you can be your brother's keeper by doing that, you know. That was the great thing about it. The other thing, you got to be your brother's keeper. The way Brothers in the Manosphere has been doing is telling other brothers how to get on, to put brothers on to certain things. You know, if you see a brother in your atmosphere and he's looking for employment and you know somewhere that's hiring, be your brother's keeper. Like, look, this is hiring. You can't make them go, but let them know that it exists. You know what I'm saying? So be your brother's keeper. You could do that. When these young cats are lost and they're lost in their direction, they know they want to go in a certain direction, but they don't know how to get there. Be your brother's keeper and say, look, this is how you can get there. This is a pathway to get there. You know, so they'll know. Because if we don't do it, nobody else really will. That's what part of this is about in general. You know, O'Shea talks about that a lot, where brothers, we don't have our own safe spaces at times, right? So it's great to see a guy be told, look, this is what you need to do. You may not feel like you need to do it, but this is what you need to do. I've done it. I continuously do it. You know, and I think that's one of the best things for cats to know that you're not alone. You know, we're a lot of lone wolves to a degree, but truth be told, we have a lot of similarities, so we're not alone as far as knowing how you're feeling and how you got to where you're at and how to get out of where you're at to get somewhere better. You know, so you got to take that into consideration, right? This is another thing. Be your brother's keeper in the aspect of, how can I say this? Worry about his well-being before you worried about him impressing people. Let him know what's important. Like, look, bro, like, it's important that you get you together before anything. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the greatest parts of the things we talk about. I mean, sometimes the tough love part gets skipped over. The guidance part gets skipped over. The self-improvement part gets skipped over, and people want to focus on the male-female dynamic, which, you know, I get it, but we skip over being our brother's keeper, right? You know, in my personal life, I got family members who were in college, and I let them know my college experience and what I learned from it before they got there and while they were there. I let them know the paths they can take when they get there, you know, so they won't be lost on the campus. I let them know the games that was gonna come at them, not by forget, you know, the dating dynamic. I was talking about credit and employment and internships and financial aid and whatnot. Those important things. Career direction. That's important. You know, my older cousin, to a degree, is like a big brother. He is a big brother technically speaking. He's 10 years older than me. He always tells me what's ahead in life because he's already been the age that I'm at. You get what I'm saying? So he's told me plenty of things. Look, when you hit this age, this is gonna happen. When you hit this age, this is gonna start happening more and more. A lot of stuff I ain't want to hear it because I'm like, man, you're telling me I'm getting old. But truth be told, it was necessary and I understood it. Some things I took into consideration because what works for some people doesn't necessarily work for you. But to know that it exists is really the point. So I learned a lot of lessons because I know things were in existence and I might have to face them in my atmosphere, so prepare myself for them before I get there. That's just be your brother's keeper. Well, I've told my friends, about the housing market years ago. Some listened, some didn't. I'm still jealous at my military homeboys because they ain't tell me nothing about that little benefit where you just pay the house straight up, no no interest because you're a vet. I should have put my house in my homeboy name. That's what I should have did. Paid it off and then give me my house, dog. Just give me my shit back. Write that shit. If you know we're gonna go at war if you don't do this. But that's treacherous. But hey, and I ain't gonna front these lemon Oreos. These addictive. Anyway, but be your brother's keeper when it comes to health. Because part of what I said, my older cousin was telling me about. He was telling me health stuff too. Like, look out for this. Look out for this. Look out for this. Be careful. Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it on negative things. Overdo it on positive things. But if you overdo it on positive things, you ain't as young as you used to be. You want to ice up, son. Ice up. So I get that part, right? I've had to be my brother's keeper to the point where I'm not even gonna front. It was annoying. Like, I've kept brothers younger. I've kept brothers older. I've kept brothers who's on the straight and narrow. I've been my brother's keepers of brothers that's been on some bull. I'm not gonna say I got everything back that I put out, but it was great enough to be my brother's keeper in the first place. You know what I'm saying? And I think some of us forget that the importance of, we all need help at some point. And that's the thing. A lot of us won't admit that, we needed help, and some of us, we got to be our brother's keeper out of the sense of we know how it is to navigate the world alone. You're looking for some help, but you don't find it. So be the brother that you wish was there for you when you needed it. You know what I'm saying? Your experiences are not just for you to experience and then walk off into the sunset and just forget it. Don't do that. Be your brother's keeper. Say, look, man, I've been down that road. That's happened. It's happened this way. It's happened this way. I've made some good decisions. I've made some bad decisions. Because you got to let brothers know what they're going to face. I mean, if we're going to be real with each other, we got to be real about our positives and our negatives. We all don't have it together. We all didn't always have it together if we got it together. So we got to tell people how to get in a position that they want to be in, that we've been in. I went from A to B, and this is how I did it. B to C, that's how I did it. Tell people the small steps. Be your brother's keeper and tell them the small steps. Tell him when his ideology won't work with his plan, or when his plan won't work with his ideology, and tell him why, and then show him why. Run him through it. Be your brother's keeper. Because truth be told, we all need help, and this is what we're really about. So help a brother out when you can. I don't care if he educated. I don't care if he hood. I'm just saying. Like, share, subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.